Welcome one and all to this 36th episode of D&D with me, Mike.
And me, Zoe.
And today we're gonna do something. What are we gonna do? That's not very clever, is it?
Let's just look and see what we got first.
Fair enough. Alright, so let's go to the
us.
next room. Well, we badly need sounds. There's no
Yeah.
question about that.
Yeah.
We need sounds.
But then it will take us ages to choose the sounds.
It takes a bit, but it's not a huge deal.
Oh yeah, that's...
I got caught. Nobody caught me. Oh, yes, that one did.
Now you can grab the picker-upper.
I can pick up. So we can keep on doing level design. There's still some things we need to correct. So down here you see this bomb here at the bottom.
Yeah.
This one isn't really going in the direction I'd like. I'd like it
You
more
want
here.
them
And
all
this
to
one also is going too far,
go
sort
at
of
the
diagonal.
center.
Yeah, these two, the left ones, I really like. I think they're perfect.
Yeah, the left ones are quite good.
Yeah. So. Alright, so I've opened this. Yeah, so this thing about the Switch is kind of a bit dodgy because they go... Oh boy. Hello, everybody's mad. There. I have locked the thing. So one thing we need to implement is new treasures, like treasures that just give you cash, which means we would need to have cash as a concept. Let's think here. What should we do first? So, well, let's fix these little errors first. And then let's create the cache. I think that's probably a good idea. So let's do that. Alright, number one is fixing those. I'm just going to open Visual Studio for later. We need to go to GIMP to fix this stuff. Load plds, thank you. GIMP map. Right, we need to look at entity info. That's basically all we need to look at.
Now we need to just do a little bit. It's on the other side.
Oh, yeah. Looks like it. Alright. Entity info. So these are the little bombos. So this one's going too far diagonally over here, whereas it should go further. Whoops, undo this for... I don't think... Yeah, just undo it just in case. Yeah, okay. So one thing we need to do is take this particular color, and I'm guessing it needs to go up. Let's make it go up a bit. Click, Control-Shift-D. And let's immediately test it.
And then we need to do the other if this is right.
You know what we should do? Create ourselves a cheating system for teleporting to various rooms. So it won't really be possible to do that, I think at least. Let me see here. So the player should have a exit area or something. Teleport player quadrant position. I don't know who calls this.
Teleport player is the thing to go between worlds.
Yeah, hit Control F. Let's see who calls it. Okay, here, so change quadrant. We should be able to change quadrant and go to current quadrant, current position. Yeah, so here's how we get the next quadrant and the next position based in the direction. Yeah, that's not too bad. So we could call change quadrant with a cardinal. I think that would be pretty good. We can use the arrow keys to do it. I think that would be pretty good. So let's go to the game manager and create this debug class. Well, not class, but this debug method that's going to help us.
We are already in game manager.
That's alright. So, alright, let's put a bit of order here. Let's create regions. So put pound, which is shift 3, and call this one region space start with a capital S. And now here you go pound again, end region. Yeah, hit tab. Okay, it's done. region again. Yeah, pound first, banana. Yeah, and end region.
We need to give it a name.
Yeah, we'll give it a name in a second.
Oh.
Region. No lowercase r.
Does it still accept characters?
Yeah, and call this one update. Okay, now region data. That's for saving and loading. Check context data, save, load, delete, add to inventory, check permanent power up. All of these. So end region. Yeah. And now navigation, so region navigation.
That's all the codgered stuff.
Cut save all switches. Paste it here. Cut save all spikes. Paste it here. Alright. Okay.
Oh wait, I was holding control.
Control MO. So navigation is just this one. These are spikes and switches. So here go end region. Yeah, shift. I mean the pound symbol first. Region. Yeah. And then another region. Call this one map. And end region here at the bottom. What's this? Okay, hits Control S to save. Now let's go create a new. Okay, so these create a new region right here. Pound.
Sorry.
Region.
Oh wait, but this is this a save?
No, it's an English keyboard from Britain, so it's all messed up. Region. Oh. Yeah, and call this one structs and classes.
Oh, that one be capitalized.
It's fine. Classes. And end the region here.
So regions don't actually do anything?
They don't do anything at all other than organizing your code. So what you can do with regions though is minimize them.
Oh.
Like this. But when you hit Control M O, they'll all open up. So hit Control M O. They're useful, save. They're useful for visual indication as well. One thing I like to do is I like to push them back, indent them, but then every now and then they come out and it's bloody annoying. But it is what it is. Save. Okay, so now we're going to create a new region above here. So create a new region and call it debug. All capitals, probably even with an underscore. So underscore in front, all capital debug. Yeah. And now go end shift. End region. Okay, save. So the problem with this, let's check what update does. Okay, so update doesn't really exist. So cut this, put it in debug, save, and now
delete that region.
I've changed my mind. Undo several times. Again, stop. Okay, here create a void underscore all capitals debug underscore commands capital C. Open close commands. Open close round. Open a squiggle lock. Save.
This.
All right. Now copy debug commands. Paste it here. Open close round. Semicolon. Save. Now cut this. Put it in here. Save. We don't really actually need this, but whatever. So, copy this entire thing. Paste it. Stop. Save. Left arrow. Yeah. Save. So what we're gonna call is change quadrant. with, so it needs the current quadrant and the current position. Hit Control F again for me. I want to see who calls change quadrant. That's the only one. So it's the player. See, current quadrant is current quadrant. No, it's private. Okay, that's important. Transform the position is not really private. So let's change the current quadrant to public, but hide it. Copy all of this, paste it, save. So the current quadrant cannot be picked up from here directly. C, what's C? C is a cardinal. Okay, we'll create it ourselves. So copy all of this, paste it here, save. Okay, so C is not, so hit cardinal with capital C, cardinal it is, tab, dot. So we're going left, so what cardinal are we picking? Which way is left? West. Correct. Okay, current quadrant is the problem. We need to go and find the player.
Yeah.
So I think it's player, yeah, player dot transform dot current quadrant. No. There, my bad. Save. And here, copy player, paste it here, save. Copy this thing, paste, 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 save.
Now we need to do.
Yeah, just type right here, up, down. Now all we need to do is change the coordinates, right?
Yeah.
So
east.
Yeah, it's there.
East
But,
to
up. It's gonna be nut. Just type in north,
and south.
and then S tab. Save. All right, here we go. Let's see if this works. And we're testing those bombs.
Okay, where are you?
I don't know. It's a good question. This, where's the player? Falling in through the world. Yeah, we should probably.
Okay, where is it now?
He keeps on falling for some reason.
Where is he? Even. He's falling pretty fast.
Okay, so he's still outside of the world, looks like.
Maybe now he'll stop falling.
Yeah, there he is in the water. So one thing we should probably do is just also reset the position so it's in the middle, but whatever. Okay, so this is starting to look more correct, but it's still not really perfect. We want a few more reds. It looks identical, but it is different, or it should be anyway. Let me check just to make sure. Shift Control E. Now it should immediately work as soon as we leave and come back. So actually, I can do this
And now
and
he's
then back.
there.
Yeah, still not perfect.
It looks much better though.
Let's.
A bit more. There.
Control E. A bit too much now. Oh boy. Control E.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
All right, now this bottom one also needs a bit more. So let's grab this color, take a look. Control E. At least I hope it's correct. Yes. Okay. Bit more. Let me just go to the other side right away. Control-E.
Now it's almost full red.
It is. It's not, it's a bit too much, but it is, like, I mean, minimal.
Just 3 left.
Control-E.
You can't even see the difference.
You will, probably. I mean, you mean in the color. You can't perceive it, but it is there. I think that's pretty solid.
Yep.
Yeah, I think that's pretty good. Is there any other bomb that we need to do anything to? No, I think we're fine. Yeah, I think we're fine.
Doesn't even look like there's a passage there.
Yeah, that's another problem. Let's see what tricks we can use for that, because the issue is the way the camera functions. So, if we increase the distance, let's put 40 for example, right, you get this. And now let's change the perspective. See, that helps quite a bit.
You're right.
So let's put a perspective of 30. $48. Now this is probably going to be completely bonkers now.
I think the player changed. No, he didn't. It's just a shade. Now we can see.
But I can't see further down than the bottom. The right I kind of can, which is not brilliant. We can't go up. I'm gonna have to cheat it. Or use the magic trick and then
Map.
grab the player and go up. Oh, he's there apparently. He may be stuck in the ground.
There he is. He's on the wall. He's standing on the wall. No, he's not. The player's probably like, what's happening?
Okay, so up and down is fine-ish. The left and right is fine-ish, but I'm not seeing enough of the edge of the map. I mean, no, that's a lie. Up and down I can't. Wait, what? I'm a bit confused. So for the top I can, and for the bottom I can't? Probably because it's water. That will be my guess, because it's water. Right, so the camera would need... I wonder if the Y can be changed a bit. Let's try and add a bit to the limits, like 4. Okay. That sort of helps. Let's try and move our little player fella. You won't catch me. Yes, you will. No, you won't. I've saved myself.
By going by the wall.
Yeah, so left and right is still not great. Let's go back to the camera. Enter at 3.8. Let's check. Okay. And 10.4. So 11. Yeah, alright, that seems pretty decent. May not be perfect, but it's okay. I think it may be almost too far. Actually, perhaps it was better before. It's difficult to make decisions like these. We have a perfect case actually to make this decision interestingly. On the right there is a switch that's attached to the edge. Huh. Do you notice this? It looks like there's a lot more room on the right than on the left. Maybe we got one small calculation wrong. Yeah.
Yeah.
So on the left there's 1 centimeter and on the right there's 2.
Yeah.
Thereabouts. Okay, interesting. So let's see if top and bottom has the same problem. Although this is not a great area to do it. Well, the top has the bottom has half a centimeter and the top has 1. So yeah, we need to add half of whatever unit. Interesting. We need to look at that. But you see, this is looking, well, I can't really tell. I can't guess. Let's copy this for now and stop. Put a perspective of 30. Paste component values and leave it like that. Let's see if it works. That's the first test I want to do.
Okay.
Yeah, looks pretty good. No problem that I see. Okay, so the top, as you can see, has a bit of room. And the bottom, as you can see, has a lot less. That's interesting. Looks like more than before, but never mind. Because before we had the walls here. Yeah, where you near the wall is fine. Okay. Let's go take a look at the camera code here.
Should be a function of
Camera manager. Date update, there it is. Display time position, right? Map script quadrant size divided by 2 minus camera limits. And we should also remove, so plus camera limits minus camera limits. Camera limits.exe. That's odd. So it you know what? It's possible. Right, we start the tile from, not from the center maybe. I'm not sure. Let's play and stop immediately. Let's go take a look. So the bottom left is this thing.
Yeah.
And it's in the center. That's our issue. It's in the center, so we need to account for I think half down and half to the left. Yeah. So minus 0.5, I would think. Let's do hold control and move it to the left. Yeah, minus 0.5 and minus 0.5 because of the size of the tiles. Let's see if we have anything in map that knows the size of the tiles. It does not. So create a public vector2 tile size equals new vector2 open around 1f comma 1f. Should be obvious, but closed around semicolon. And now we can go and access that. So here we're gonna say minus map dot script dot tile size dot x divided by 2 f. Put a space here. Save. Now obviously this is really uncomfortable to read, so we're gonna make it a little bit better. We're gonna say this, then we're gonna do this, and then we're gonna do this, and then we're gonna close this. Save. Let's do it again down here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Save. Alright, now copy this, paste, paste, paste.
Press copy.
Yeah, that's gonna break everything. Undo. Oh Jesus Christ, that went well. Copy this, paste, paste. Y, Y. Save. Alright, let's test how this works. I think this will be correct. Okay, so we got about 1 centimeter from the bottom.
Up there, we have
about 1 centimeter from the top. Now let's check right and left. About 2 centimeters on the sides. And about 2 centimeters on the other side. Okay, now we can happily play around with these values. Let's try 10.6. Still too much. 10. 9.8.
Just one
Well,
more.
first of all, I wanna keep on going further and further. 9.2. Oh, my bad. I meant 8.6.
Well, now
Okay.
that's barely seeable.
Yeah, 8.6. That's the intent. I'd prefer for players not to see that.
Not even
8.8.
I mean the walls. The walls are not seeable.
8.75. Okay, there's a small black sliver. 8.7. Off we go. And now for this, 3. Just 3. Okay, almost. 2.9. Okay, so now you can't see. Now the only worry is that switch. So let's go and see the switch. See, it's kind of half visible.
Yeah.
So what we can do there is we can change the design. So the two barriers are near one another, and the switch is
just
further
a bit in.
Yeah, a bit further in. Right. So okay. So let's stop this. Go to the map. Oh, poopies! I forgot to save. So what was this? Do you remember?
8.7.
8.7. And the other one was 2.9. 2.9. Okay. Now here what we're looking for is these. So cut these two. Paste them here. Control S. Control E.
But this is entity info.
I know, that's what we were looking at. Cut these. Cut it again. And paste it. Control S. Control Shift E. Entities. Okay. So we need to be wary not to put stuff all the way at the edge.
And
what?
X that. It's alright.
I'll X that.
That means forget I said anything.
Yeah. So here the question is, right, if you wait here, it doesn't happen, but here it does start happening. I think this is fine. Right, so now we've completely removed the whole black sort of border concept. Right, so let's see, the switch is working, and we can clearly see it's doing a thing.
Yeah.
We should have particle systems and all sorts of helpful things.
Nope.
No sneeze? Alright.
No sneeze for me.
Something happened there. The game started pretty bad.
The bomb has turned on the switch.
Stay hidden. Yep. You don't see me. Okay.
You got the treasure?
I did get the treasure.
With the glove in it?
Yeah, I like the camera much better now. It's way more subtle.
Yeah. Except I don't know what subtle means. Yeah, as in I like it better, but...
Not obvious. So this switch as well, I think I would probably prefer... I don't like it that the bomb can trigger it while flying over it. Let's take a quick break here and take a look. See, that's the issue. The switch's collider is very, very high. I'd like for you to have to aim for that particular switch with the bomb.
So
which obviously is technically impossible. So we'll put it here, but we'll wait for the timing with this. Right, so we'll move this switch to further down here in the map design, and we will change the prefab of that switch.
Okay.
So map, entities, switch, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this particular collider, which is on the model, and we're gonna decrease its size. Whoop. Idiot. 0.9. I think it's the one that needs to go down. Okay, so 0.2.
Then we need to move it a bit
and
farther
then we
down.
need to move it down.
There. Well, now there.
Okay. So let's try this. It hasn't changed, we'll change it next time. Now let's go and fix that real quick. So this is the switch. Cut it. Paste it. Control E.
Now, take
Cut
info.
it. Oh dear, I don't know. No. Cut it. I hope I haven't. Yeah, I haven't caused any damage. Good. Okay. Control Shift E. Entity info. Okay. export. Now let's correct our player position here in the game manager for this cheating.
Yeah.
Right, so instead of taking the player transform dot position, what we're gonna do is we're going to grab his we're going to give it the middle of the map or something like that.
Okay.
So here you want to type new vector 3, open round, and now wait.
You just see how big the map is. 6432.
Quadrant size 6432. So you're gonna type map.script dot quadrant size, not comma. Come on, focus. Dot quadrant size. Okay, hit tab. Dot x. Now this is an int, so cast it as a float.
Oh, I thought it had triggered.
Close the round. Okay, so we got this. Now you need to add map.script. No, we can do that later. Let's do it now. Wait.
This is gonna get out of the screen, so.
Yeah. Plus map.script dot tile size divided by 2 dot x, my bad, dot x divided by 2.
Yeah.
2f comma enter. Copy all of this, paste it. Okay, so for the y, this is actually wrong. So what are you gonna do for the y? Just 10f comma, and this is gonna be y and y. Save. So something is unhappy. Right. 1, 2, 3. Hit tab. Hit enter and close around. Shift tab. Save. Copy all of this. Paste. 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 Save. Control M O. Save. It's a bit cumbersome, that code, but it's fine. It's just debug code. I don't care that it's pretty. Alright, so
cumbersome mean?
Cumbersome is like written
It's a
so
bit
it's too complicated.
repetitive. I saw the shadow of the player, but
Yeah, and I pressed. That's odd.
he's there. He was in the water. I saw him.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Okay.
So I think the problem is the position of the player as we're giving it to him. I'm somewhat surprised. What have we done wrong? Something stupid, I think. So west quadrant size x. Oh, obviously divided by 2. F. Copy all of this. Paste it here, and here, and here, and here, and here, and here, and here. Save. So this may or may not be correct, but I think it will be. Let's see. That's why we went all the way to the right. So how come we started at the bottom? That is very strange.
We started here, but then here.
Yeah, and the player is nowhere to be seen now.
We're on the wall.
Yeah, I can see that. So I think that's being caused by change quadrant. It's probably deciding the next quadrant position. Here's what we're gonna do. Bool underscore debug with all capitals equals false. Copy debug, paste it, question mark, otherwise. And now we'll do something. Put exclamation mark. Save. So if not debug, then do this. Otherwise,
Call debug function?
no, this special position over here. So let's create another variable for this, which you're gonna call private vector3 underscore debug. What are you doing? Debug?
You want all capitals again?
Yes, like all the others. Debug underscore quadrant position. Semicolon. Copy all of this. And we're going to do something cleverer so the code is a lot less cumbersome. Where's start? Paste it here. Equals. Copy all of this. Paste it here. Semicolon. Shift tab. One other time. Save. Okay, so here's what we're
So
gonna
now
do.
we have to just
This one is actually irrelevant, but we're still gonna use it. So copy this and paste it here, and here, and here, and here. Save.
we don't need to have this spacing now, right?
Yeah, sure. It's not really worth fixing, but
Yeah.
it's fine. If you find it easier to read, might as well. There may be a faster way of doing this, but I'm not aware of it. Yeah. Now you know why I didn't want to do it.
Yeah.
It's not a big deal. Right. It's fine. Whoop. 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 And whoop. Save. Okay, and now what we're gonna do is there's an error right here. Paste. Save. So if we're sending debug, then we want the debug quadrant position. Now what we need to do is we need to send debug right here. So comma, true. Copy. Paste. 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 Save. Alright. That's good. That's good. Alright, let's see if it works now. This is just a tool, right? It's gonna be useful for the future. There we go.
Right in the middle, except we.
And you're following, it's fine. That's I don't care if it works incorrectly, it's fine. Right? You put yourself all the way up because that way it just you can't get it wrong. Right? Many games do this. You can't get it wrong if you put yourself all the way up. Right? Okay, sounds good. So that's done too. And yeah, so now we should decide what to do. And I think putting a few sounds in the game is probably about time.
Yeah.
So
It's so quiet even though everything is happening.
That's right. So let's go look for some step sounds.
Step sounds like walking.
Yeah. That I think should be one of the first one.
You might want to show the.
Wait
people.
a moment.
You can go to your thing.
Projects, common, audio. Alright, so something that has lots of samples that could be good for steps.
You sure have a lot of sounds.
Footsteps. Concrete. That's when you land. Right, now we don't really have concrete at the moment. Concrete slide, concrete dirt. So we do have dirt, land, dirt. Yeah, this one's not bad. And then there's grass, run.
Sounds like thick grass.
Yeah, I think. Well, it's fine. Remember, we can play with the volumes, right?
Mm.
So, dirt.
Sounds like he's wearing boots.
Yeah. Or is dirt? Walk, run. These are the ones. Okay, so let's grab all of these dirt walk runs. Okay, we're gonna need a new folder.
Of audio.
Audio. inside audio, SFX. Whoops, undo.
No scripts in audio.
SFX. Footsteps.
Footsteps is one word.
It is. Drag all of these. And then grass run. Now, grass land, we could probably use it from when we fall from our jumping. So let's do those lands.
And then we'll have a dirt land too, right?
Yeah. Okay, there they are. And what else do we need? Crunchy. It's like ice.
Yeah.
Metal.
I don't think we're gonna have metal.
Mud. This could be useful for swimming. I mean, it's a little bit muddy. Sand. I like it. That could be useful for later. Snow.
I was going to.
Water. Yeah.
Our guy's not doing.
Yeah, well, he falls in though.
Yeah.
That's when he.
A clump.
So these are for landing in the water.
Mm-hmm.
And then these are when he swims.
Yeah. Very light because he is a happy guy.
What? Okay. Sure. Anything else?
He doesn't take things seriously. That's what I meant.
Alright. So, right. What we're going to create now is we're going to do something a little bit different than what you've done before, but that's fine. So inside our scripts, infrastructure, create script audio manager. Yeah, hit enter. And we are going to have an audio manager in the world right here. Reset it. Call this one audio manager. Yeah. Okay. So it will carry the audio manager. Now in here we're going to create a couple of audio sources and call this one SFX, all capitals with an underscore SFX. Yeah, hit enter. Oh, thanks for the sub, Honey Badger. Okay, so remove play on awake. We're gonna remove loop. Howdy, we're in the middle of the show, so a few more minutes and then we'll be done and we'll be happy to talk to you guys. Okay, so we're gonna leave this without anything, and this is fine, 2D, it's fine because we're gonna make a really simple game without like figuring out all sorts of distances of sound and blah 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 blah. Remember what we did with your dice game? That's quite complicated.
We did quieter and louder.
Exactly, we're not gonna do that stuff. So this is just an empty audio source that we'll keep there. Okay, now audio manager. The first thing we're going to create is we're going to create a class inside this particular class, which we're gonna call audio type or something like that. So create a class, private class. It's a class. Yeah, class is fine. I wonder if you should. No. Wait a moment. It needs to be public. And class is lowercase. Space and call it audio type. Call it SFX type with all capitals. SFX type. Open a squiggle. Hit enter twice. And close it. Save. And here you're gonna create a public audio clip array. Clips. Semicolon. Enter. Public. Float. array volumes semicolon. Save. And here you're gonna create one of these classes. So you're gonna create a serialized field, square bracket serialized field, close square bracket, and call this a private. My bad. Sorry, I'm sort of thinking as I go. Private SFX type. Yeah, hit tab and space, and you want an array, and yeah, hit tab. Except the first S I wanted all SFX lowercase. Thanks. Semicolon. Save. Okay, so that's the first step. The second step is we're gonna create an enum. So public enum, SFX type, all capitals. Yeah, open a squiggly, close. You don't need the none for this one. We're gonna start from 0. So this one is gonna be step dirt, comma.
Equals 0?
Yeah, good point. Comma, enter. And now you want land dirt, comma, step grass, comma, land grass, comma.
That's weird.
Step water. It's not really a step, but whatever.
Swim water, maybe?
Yeah, just step water is fine. Just to be consistent, comma, land water. Save. Okay.
That's all we've got right now.
Yeah, so that's all we've got for now. Now, here you're going to create a public void request SFX. SFX, open around, and here you're going to request copy SFX type, paste it, call it S, comma, and float v equals 1f. Actually, let's do minus 1f. Close the round, open a squiggle, save. Now this is just so we know we've received no volume, right? If we receive no volume, we're going to make some kind of decision. I don't know what decision, but we'll make some kind of decision.
Okay.
All right, so here what we're going to do is we're going to play that sound. So what we need is access to that particular audio source that we have. So here you're going to create a void start. Yeah, hit tab. Now it's going to add the word. Yeah,
It's going to add
private,
private.
but that's okay. So here you go private audio source. Yeah. Yeah, and call it AS. Just space AS underscore SFX, all lowercase. Oh yeah, that's good too. It's really up to you. I know you like that. Yeah, semicolon. Copy this. Paste equals transform.find. Open round quote AS SFX all uppercase with the underscore in between.
Oh, yeah, we have this.
Quote. Close the round. Dot get component audio source. Yes, she's typing this. We've been training at this for a while, Blondie. Close the open close round semicolon. All right. So now we've got the audio source and we can use it, right? So copy it, paste it. Do you remember how to play one sound once?
One sound once.
Yeah. Try it. Which keyword would you use first to play a sound?
Play. I think
there you go.
we had
Then
a
hit
function
dot and type play.
And then we
Okay.
need
Here's
to
a
say
few options. Which one do you want?
Play one shot.
Okay, go and select it.
Here
Open
it is.
round. All right. So now, how do we select the sound? Now, you probably haven't understood this yet, but let me try to explain it to you. So we've created a subclass of Audio Manager, okay?
Mhm.
This subclass is called SFX type.
Yeah.
What it contains is a bunch of sounds and 2 we will do volumes, which will be maximum and minimum, that sort of stuff, right? Okay, so what we're going to do now is we are going to we're going to use this particular list of sounds to pick a random one from them, usually, right? So you pick a random sound from this pool of sounds. However, look, this is a pool of pools. Here you have a list of this class, and this class contains another list. Yeah. So the particular, say, first group is going to be step dirt, right? So when you create step dirt, inside it there will be a bunch of clips. How many? The ones we've got. However many there's, 9, I don't care, right? And then 2 volumes, let's say 0.9 and 1. Okay, so we're gonna randomize between the sounds, but we first need to go to the correct group. So copy SFX type, paste it, right? Now square bracket, and now S is an enum, but remember that all enums can be cast as ints. So cast this as an int, and S, and then close the square bracket. So you're in the correct group now. So close the square bracket, in the correct group. But now you need to access the clips. So dot, clips. And now how do you choose which clip to play?
You open a square bracket.
Right, and now which one do you choose? We said random, right?
Yeah.
So how do we do that?
So we do random.range.
Yep, so let's begin with that. Random.range. And then you open a round bracket. So inside random.range, it wants a minimum and a maximum. Obviously, these are indices of an array, which means we're going to go with ints. Remember, random.range is exclusive of the top boundary.
So we have to do one more.
That's right, which is very easy to do. First of all, the first one is obviously 0. Now the second one is, what's the maximum amount?
The maximum amount? I don't remember how many dirts we have.
Yeah, but you don't need to remember. You're creating a system. So you want it to always be consistent. Who knows how many clips it has?
Clips.
That's right. So you can start from this, copy all of this, paste it here. Now how do you get the quantity of them? It's an array, right?
So dot length.
That's right. So dot length. Okay. So dot length. Now remember, length is sort of in human counting, not in computer counting. Meaning if you have 10 sounds, the highest element is 9, but the count is still 10. Now, if the count is 10, it's going to go between 0 and 10. Because it's stop exclusive, it's going to stop at
9. Which
means we can't get a crash. It's going to be fine. So you close the round because the random range is down, and then you close the square bracket, and you found the correct sound you want. Now, volumes. All right, so the volumes, I think what we should do is we should do a switch by type. Because certain types, we may want it loud or quiet. And certain types, we may want it randomized. In the case of the steps, I think we should go with randomized every time.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's create a switch. So hit switch, tab, tab, S, enter, enter. All right, so yeah, you need to do it twice. So all of these belong to the same type, which is the randomized sounds. So save, cut all of this, put it here, hit tab twice. Okay, and here now we're going to deal with the volumes. So it doesn't matter whatever volume we get, we're always going to randomize unless we got a volume. So we can check that. So here type V, lower than 0f question mark. We're going to do a tertiary operator, right? Save. So if V is lower than 0, that means it's -1, so we received the default one. What is the default behavior? Randomizing. Randomizing between what values? The volumes value.
So we need to put that there.
Yeah, wait a moment.
Except I pressed
That's okay.
that.
So what we need to do is we need to go to this, copy all of it, paste it here. Now, where you want to go is you want to go to the volumes. So volumes.
Volumes.
Yeah. Now square bracket 0. Close it. So this is the correct initial volume, the bottom one. Here you type random.range, open a round, and you're gonna go between the bottom volume, copy it, comma, paste,
and the top one.
And the top volume.
Which is 1.
Correct. And now you close the round bracket. Now colon. Now what we're gonna do if we are going for a non-random version, what we're going to do is we are going to use this v value as a lerp controller. And we're going to lerp between these two. So it couldn't be easier. Copy all of this. And here you go, mathf.lerp.
This is going to go out of the screen.
I know. But we'll fix it later. Open it around, paste it, comma, and the controller is v. Yeah, let's do something just to be absolutely sure we're not stupid. So you're gonna say mathf, dot clamp 01. Open round, v. Close round again.
Semicolon?
Not sure because it's gone so far. I don't know. All right, so let's. The way I usually like to do it is this way, which confuses people, but I don't care. It doesn't confuse me, so I can read it fine. Okay, so this one closes the lerp. This means we now need to close play one shot, semicolon, save. All right, let's remove this default for now.
We don't need it.
Save. Right, so if this sound is being requested, we're gonna pick a random sound, and then we're gonna check the volume. If it's -1, then we're gonna spit out a random value, which is what we're usually gonna do with the steps. If it's not that, then for whatever reason, we're gonna decide to lerp between the minimum possible and the maximum possible. So you send it to 0, it's gonna be 0. You send it to 1, it's gonna be the maximum volume, right? You send it a half, it's going to be halfway in between. Now suppose that you're an idiot and you send it a 6, which is well outside. We clamped it to 0 and 1. So what's the clamp 0, 1 of 6?
Clamp 0, 1 of 6 is 1.
Correct. Therefore you get the maximum volume. Okay? Cool. Alright, so this is all correct. The infrastructure is ready. Everything's fine. Now let's go create this audio group. So these, whatever you call them, I don't remember. So this one's found in start. I'm not too happy about that. Also, I forgot that this needs to be a singleton. So here you do a public static audio manager. Yeah, script. Semicolon. Convert this to awake. Script equals this. Semicolon. Save. That'll do. Now, let's go create these SFX groups or whatever we call them. Aha, see they're not visible?
Yep.
That's because we forgot to tell them they're serialized. So here you want to type system dot serializable. Close the square bracket. Save. Nope. That's a property of this guy. So it's the equivalent of doing this. Okay. It's just uncomfortable to write. Save. All right. And now it will appear. So we got SFX types. Let's quickly check the enums because I can't remember them. Step dirt is the first guy. All right. So we're going to create one group. Actually, we already know we want 6. So let's create 6 groups. Now you see each group contains an array of clips. So this clip array is empty. Nothing could be easier. Let's lock this before we do stupid things. Footsteps. And this
Grab
is dirt.
all of the dirt.
Did we want dirt as the first thing? That's land. This is walk run. So this is the one we want. And you drop it on clips. All right. So let's open all the others. And let's start from the bottom because it's going to be easier. So this one should be water splash heavy, which is landing in water, right? Oh, it worked. Cool. It doesn't expand. I didn't know that. I thought it would. Let's expand it just for my sort of mental thingy. Okay, grass run, grass land. That's the second one. All right.
Now grass run.
Grass run, which is the second to last one. Well, this one anyway. And then there's dirt land, which is this one. Okay, so we've got all of these sounds nice and tidy in here. Now volumes. So for the volumes for dirt walk, I don't know what they will be. Let's do 0.5 and 0.7. So we get some randomness. The randomness is always good because it gives you a feeling of differences all the time. Okay, so for landing, we're gonna go 0.8 and 1. It may be too loud. Almost certainly will be too loud. Yeah, well, we'll see. Oh, 5 is too much. only 2 what we want, and footsteps, so that's running. We know one thing, the grass is really loud as a sound, so let's immediately go further down.
Yeah.
You don't need to like make these sound effects.
Yeah, they're already there.
Yes. Grass, land. Okay, the landing is also most likely going to be much louder than what it should be, so let's go 0.4 and whoops. Let's go 0.4 and 0.6. Okay. Now we got water.
That one was quite quiet.
Quiet. I'm not sure. It was quite quiet. Quite quiet.
We could just play it now. It's right.
You're not gonna be able to tell. In the context of the game, it sounds slightly different.
Oh.
So we're gonna have to play around with these values. It's fine. The splash, I would bet you, is also too loud. Let's go with 0.5 and 0.7, and then we'll see. Okay, give this a save. So for now, all of this is ready, but we're not triggering them. Right? We need to actually go and call them. So this is not going to be that easy. It really depends on what we want to do. So if we want the animation to control the sounds, then we need to construct events and some kind of event handling machine, which I don't even remember how it works. So that's something we're going to have to sort of fumble about a little bit. And I think, frankly, that would be the best. Right? So the sound for when you land, etc. And let's go take a look, and I'm going to show you how to do it. This is new for you. Models we want, and we want our player, and the player has a bunch of animations, and the animations have a bunch of things. So player walk. Okay, and what we need to do is we need to request an event. When will the event happen? Now this is a very cartoony animation, so let's play the animation. There, this is when the step will be heard.
Yeah. And
this was when the step will be heard too.
So twice.
Twice. Okay. Once over here, it's kind of a stupid animation, but whatever, it works. All right. So there it is. Okay. And now what you do is you add an event like this, new event, and what you need to call it is you need to call it step with a capital S. Okay. Step. Float, int. Let's leave all of that alone. Object. We don't have this event handler. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna create a new script, micropurpose, which we are going to apply, which we're going to call, we need to wait a bit, which we're going to call, let me think for a second.
Event manager?
No. Call him animation helper. Okay, we got the animation helper. Now we need to go to the player. There should be a prefab for the player. There it is. Okay, let's open it. And I don't quite remember, but almost certainly it needs to be on the same place where the avatar is. So I don't know if it's on the animator or the armature or the player. I don't know. Let's put him on the avatar. Okay? So here, and type animation helper. There it is. All right. So now if we go back to our models in player, events, click on the event, object, animation helper. That's what we need to call. Now I'm not sure where it needs to be. Okay.
Okay.
It may even be that you don't need it on the object. In fact, that's very possible. I'm not sure. I genuinely can't remember. So let's stop here for now. This is already good enough, right? Well, no, actually, let's at least create the other event that we need, which is on the second step right here. So let's add another event, step. Apply. Now that's a function, okay? So this particular guy needs to have a function in it.
This one has an object of none.
No, there's no event selected.
Oh.
If you select an event, it'll know them.
I didn't know.
No, you know. So, because you want events to happen sometime during the timeline, not like at very specific times. Okay?
Like when he puts his foot down, there should be the steps.
That's right. Let me think here for a second. So Scripts, micropurpose, animation helper. All right, so we don't need any of this. We need just specific public functions. So here you want public void step. Open, close round. Open, close round. Save. Okay, so here's the step. Now, what we're gonna make it do is it needs to go to the player to know what surface we're on or that sort of stuff, right? We need to think this through. Let's take a look at the player. So we could do something to do with audio in here. It would probably be useful, actually. So create a region, space, audio. Hit enter a couple times and close the region. Ebd. There, save. So inside audio, go public void.
Yeah, I didn't know that was a thing.
Request step. Capital request step. No, I've changed my mind. Call this one SFX underscore, all capitals. Step. Open around, close around, open a squiggle. Save. Now, so this is so complicated because what this animation helper is going to have to do is it's going to have to know the player, okay, or the owner in some way. Actually, that's interesting because perhaps instead of the player doing this, we could have an entity do this. Is the player an entity? Let's go check. Player. It is an interactive entity, so we may want to do that instead. Yeah, I think I like that better. Cut this. Hit Shift Tab here. Oh,
No,
dear.
I press Control Tab.
Shift Tab. Save. And now we're gonna go to the interactive entity and paste it here. Save. So we got audio step, okay? Because enemies could do steps too.
Yeah.
I think this is a good idea. So there we go, step. Now what we need to do is we need to find out what terrain we're on. What would be a clever
We would
way?
have to raycast under our feet.
Well, that would be one option, but it's kind of stupid because we already know each and every terrain. We already know them. We know what terrain we're on. So we should request. We should request that the game tells us, that the map tells us. But for that, we're gonna need our position. We can go to map and ask it. So let's create a query. Public. Wait a second. How do we determine when we set up the map? So go map tiles, blah, blah, blah. Wait a second. Instantiate map tile templates color index. Does that map tile know? Let's go to map tile. The type of tile it is. Entity tile. Public. Setup tile. World tile. WT. What's world tile?
World tile is the one we want because
that's the one.
it's all the stuff.
Yeah, so the tile entity, or whatever it's called, map entity, I can't remember. Oh dear. So map tile, that's the one. So map tile does know that. Yeah, okay, good. So we're gonna return a world tile. So public world tile. Yeah. Space and go get tile from position. And not quite, but okay, yeah. Save. Request a vector2 pos. POS. Now, the first thing we need to do is we need to convert this to a vector2 int. So create a vector2 int on the fly. And what we're going to do is we're going to floor it. Do you know what floor is?
No.
Floor is, so you got 3 types of roundings in C# math functions.
Okay.
Round to int.
Yeah.
Right? Well, or round in general, but we're going to go to int. So round to int, this one goes to the closest. So if you're 0.6, it goes up. If you're 0.5, I don't know what it does, but let's say up or down, one of the two. And 0.4 goes down, right? That's what round to int does. Floor to int means it always goes to the bottom. So 0.9 becomes 0.
Okay.
So if you have 4.9, it's a 4. Okay? And ceil to int goes to the ceiling. So if you have 0.1, it goes up. So if you have 5.1, it becomes a 6.
So that's why we want to floor to int.
We want to floor to int because our tiles are 0 based. Oh, wait, we're going to have a problem because technically we can actually walk into the negative. That's fine. The first thing we're going to do is go pause, plus equals. And here you say tile size, or whatever we called it. Tile size, yeah, times, or divided by 2f. Divided by 2f. Semicolon. And now you can floor it. So let me think though, is it going to work? So suppose our player is at the minimum possible, which is a 0.2, I believe, or something like that, whatever the value is. Heck, is it? I think so. So 0.2. We are then going to add it to 0.7. Yeah, we're going to floor it. That's correct. Suppose you're at 0.5. You add a 0.5, you floor it, you're at 1. No, that's not going to be correct. That's not going to be correct. Or is it? You floor it and you're at coordinate 1. If you're on 0.7. That shouldn't work. It's not right. No, but is it? If you're at position 0.7, you are on the second tile. That's correct. Yeah, it'll work.
Okay.
Oh boy. All right. So this, and we're creating this vector to int. Call it int pause, whatever. Equals new vector to int. Space tab. Open round. And this is gonna be mathf dot floor to int. Open round, pause, dot x, comma, close round, comma, copy all of this, paste it here, y, close round, semicolon, and return map tiles, no, yeah, with a lowercase m, banana, square bracket, int pos.x, comma, ZX, like a Citroën.
What's a Citroën?
It's a French car.
Oh.
My first car was a Citroën. Int pos.y. Close the square bracket, dot, world tile. There it is. Tab, semicolon. Okay. Get tile from position. This is going to be fundamental for this to work. So an interactive thingy, what you're going to do is you're going to switch tab. Hello.
Oh.
Switch tab.
Switch.
Slowpoke. Tab. Okay. And this one, what you're going to call is you're going to go to map.script. Get whatever we called it. Get. I don't remember. Get tile from position. Open round. And you are going to grab transform dot new vector 2. vector 2.
To int.
No, just vector 2 open round. And it's going to be transform.position.x, comma, transform.position.z. Remember, we are operating in 2 dimensions-ish. Close the round. And save. Enter, enter. Oh, rubbish. It's not happy. That didn't go so well. Alright, because we need another bracket. Save. Okay, do me another favor because I'm lazy. Type switch again. Tab, tab. Now, copy all of this. Paste it. Hit enter.
Oh, I think I
and the
pressed.
Windows key, because that's good form. Alright, save. Audio manager. Dot script. Dot request SFX, whatever we called it. There it is. Open around. So here we're gonna call it SFX type dot. And we know it's a step, so it's gonna be step grass. Come close round semicolon, because -1 is what we're sending.
No wall.
Copy all of this. Paste it here. Step dirt. And paste it here.
C.
It's not really, this is pointless. You can't walk on the C. No, but it's fine, it's fine. Yeah, step C.
Step, it was not
C.
called C, but anyway, it's called water.
Just type S. Save. Okay, here we go. So for now, only these two will be called, but that should be fine. SFX steps. So now all we need to do is we need to connect these guys.
And call SFX steps.
Yeah, so this guy needs to be able to go to the interactive entity. Now, we don't necessarily know where the interactive entity is. So what we're gonna do here, serialized field and private interactive entity.
Interactive entity.
There it is. Owner. Semicolon.
Connected.
Actually equals null. Save. Now copy. If owner is not null, because you don't want it to crash.
Yeah.
Close round. Open a squiggle. Close. Save. Now you can paste dot.
This.
Can we do this? Request step or whatever. No, it's not that.
It was.
Copy. Paste. Open, close round. Semicolon. Save. Alright, so the helper now needs to know about its owner. Alright, so I don't know where we've put the helper. I hope it's in the right place. I'm not sure. It's right here. It needs an interactive entity. Drag yourself onto an interactive entity. So now it knows to do that. Let's see if this is going to work.
Just the first.
Sort of.
I think we did. There's grass.
But it's always grassing. So my bet is map tile is never actually being initialized, which is something I've said ages ago. There's a bug that I've noted right here. Tiles are not actually being set up by map.cs, right? So that's one thing we're missing in the map, and it's a very, very, very quick fix. So here, transform name, etc. Copy this entire thing, paste it, set up or whatever. Yeah, tile,
I think.
Open around. It wants a world tile, so hit tab. There's a problem. We don't know which one it is. But the color index should be our guy. So we're gonna copy the color index and we are going to cast this as a world tile and paste it. Close the round. Semicolon. Save. So now it's being set up, it should work.
Let's see if it makes dirt sounds in the dirt now. And then we need to test the water. I think that was water sounds.
Poetic.
How do you say poetic?
I don't, Bob.
What is ethanol?
Ethanol, it's a type of alcoholish thing. I'm actually not sure, but it should be an alcohol. Pure ethanol, I'm not sure. We can look it up later. Okay, so somehow this one very wrong. But it's funny. So let's try and find out how come that world tile is wrong. So let's click on the dirt. Any dirt tile, doesn't matter, right here. And it's set up as C. So my bet is, and let's see the C.
The C is
set up as dirt. So my bet is dirt and C are sort of reversed, but I'm very worried about changing the order. No, wait a moment. The color index should be correct. The color index should be correct because it's catching the right stuff here. So let's take a look. List map colors. Okay,
C,
dirt and C. Yeah, C dirt, dirt C. Hey?
Reversed.
Maybe these are never used. Type C, comma. That's very strange. Save. Let's see.
Well, that's correct.
Maybe we've literally never used those world types. It's possible, right?
Could be. Let's see. Dirt. Grass.
See how much lower the volume of the grass has been put to, and still it works correctly?
Yep.
Right? That's what I knew. This is loud.
Sounds like very hard dirt he's stepping on.
I agree. We may change the sound. But as you can see, it feels really realistic, right? Because we're changing the sample all the time.
Mm-hmm. You wouldn't have the same sound for grass.
Now, do you expect it to work in the water?
Yes. No sound?
Why not? It's a different animation, banana.
Oh.
We haven't set up this animation at all, right? So, because it's a different animation, you need to set it up
as the C animation.
Correct. So let's go back to the models, our play, and take the swim animation. Right now, we need to find places where we think the sound should be. Now, in my opinion, is when
his arms.
But when the hand hits the horizontal, like here. So here, I would put an event. Let's add it. The object is going to be that animation helper, and the new event is step. Let's keep on going. Splash the other hand here. Add an event, step, apply. Now we're going to create a new event as well for landing. So when the player jumps, right, the player should land. Is there a landing? Ooh.
Just keep moving. I think it will land.
No, I don't think so.
Oh, you're right. It just hovers.
That's right. The landing is basically not there. Which means we are... the idle for water should probably also create a sound. We'll worry about that later. Right? Open chest will create a sound. So landing is a problem. We don't really have one. For that, what we're going to have to do is we need to go to the player. And when you land, that's where we'll do it. Right? So we're not going to use the animation helper for that. So I think it's in fixed update. Jump, right? So that's jump is when we should play the other sound, but when we land, okay, if it's not ground, boom, terrain state, down terrain state, set integer, set trigger, change terrain state, huh? I wonder if this set trigger is what does the landing. So let's go to not the asset store, no, the animator, jump. All right, so jump goes into an endless state. And then there's the trigger.
Change terrain state.
Change terrain state, which is, my bet goes in here. And it is change terrain state. That's when we land. So change terrain state is what's going to land. So here's where we're landing, these two situations. Okay, so here we need to access our interactive entity, which should be this one. So copy this and paste it here. Dot play. Wait. Don't do anything. Copy all of this. Paste it. And
Needs to do landing.
SFX land. Yeah, and just change the word land. Land.
Land.
And land.
Land.
Save. Okay. That's good.
Okay.
So land, SFX land. And here go SFX land.
SFX land.
Yeah, hit tab, open, close round, semicolon. Copy all this, paste it here, save. Time to test.
Let's see if this works. So we need to jump into dirt and jump into grass.
Yeah. That works pretty well, doesn't it?
Yep.
That worked. I have no idea how I'm gonna jump on grass though. Sorry. I know how.
Cheat!
Cheaterolio! Ho! That worked, right?
Now water.
Water. The swim is a bit loud. It's not that bad, but it's loud. So, yeah, I think we should simply go to the audio manager and check this out. Now you can do all of this sort of tuning on the fly. The splash I thought was pretty good, but the swimming is still loud. So let's go down 2 degrees here. Okay. Still a little loud. Let's go down another 2. No, 2 may be too much.
One more?
1, yeah. I'm gonna reduce the...
It's good. Now we just need a blowing up for the bombs.
I like it. It's good.
Yeah.
Oh, there was a problem. We did a spleesh when we shouldn't have. Oops. Every time you start also happens. Okay, something worth considering. We'll worry about that later. Interesting though. That's a small bug, right? When you traverse, we should therefore hear a landing sound. Let's see if it does happen. It may or may not happen, I'm not sure. So, play. Drag him up. Drag him sideways. Put him on the grass. Another lovely grass landing. See? He lands. If you don't move, he doesn't. Yes, he does. Oh, it's a better game now, that's for sure.
Yep. Those bombs need to get some sounds. The bombs really need sounds.
I like it.
Now
Let's see it. See, I didn't, because sometimes you literally find your foot right on the other side.
Yeah, there.
Yeah, we skip him every now and then. It's okay, it's pretty good. I'm curious about something to just check if...
It's because his foot is not coming down. It's not that far. Go in the bomb palace. Clamp.
Dodging all of them bombs. Oh dear!
Bombs with no sounds. There's actually a wave.
We should put a sound here. Ta-na-na-na. That's the Zelda sound.
Oh, I don't think I found any treasures in Zelda, so.
Really?
I don't know.
You didn't get like the boomerang or something?
I got the Wind Waker, so.
Okay, oh, that worked out. Oh boy, will I get killed?
No, you were saved.
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear.
Every bomb noticed you. Click. Done. And click. And invisible treasure.
Yes! Run!
That's satisfying.
Climb the step ladder. Fall in there. Because the step ladder is the wrong way around. But alright. Shall we fix that step ladder real quick?
Sure.
Let's do that. Because that's really easy to do even on the fly. So it's in entity information. There's the step ladder. So the problem is that it's colored wrong. Let me just... Thanks. Alright, so we need plus 64 plus 64?
64.
So
128. Right?
No, but that can't work. Okay, wait a moment. I'm just gonna add a 30, but I don't think we did it by 64th. That doesn't make sense. I mean, it's possible. Excuse me. 256, 192. Is it? Okay, hit Control Shift. Control Shift E.
Control Shift E.
Edit the info. Okay, it's not gonna work immediately. We need to swim. Oh, rubbish. That's too far. Okay, let's cheat. Left. Right. It's locked.
You are so dead.
It's okay. It's wrong still.
It's sideways.
Yeah, I saw that. So okay. I is Confusio. How does it get sideways? 128. Control E. Back to the game.
Cheeto.
Working on it.
Whoop.
Oh, blimey!
Oh, baboomy.
It's wrong.
It's wrong. Again. But that's the same as last time, right?
Full red. I'm just guessing by now. Control E. I'm lazy. I don't want to think. Even though I should, because it'd be very useful. There you
Yay!
go. Looks correct.
Boom.
So... Oh, aggression. Yeah, he lands on the... here.
It's not that bad, though.
Yeah, I know. But probably shouldn't be there.
It sounds too heavy.
You noticed something?
Yeah.
You can do a step in the water here. I think we should change the step to a swim. So there's a dedicated thing. Instead of this, because there's a small risk. This is very strange. That the shadow, I've seen this before, the shadow of the character's there, but the shadow of the object isn't. Is it possible we're not casting shadows from the grass? Let's take a look. Model. Cast shadows off. Oh, that's why. That's potato stuff. What's happening? Prefabs, map, weld, the has a model which is not casting shadows because we probably wanted to create a shadow model and then we probably removed it because it simplified everything. So cast shadows on. I think this will explain a few things. This one receives shadows but doesn't cast them. That's fine. Aha! See? This has a shadow model.
It's because it wasn't
and
the
it's
same
shadows only, and that's why it doesn't look right. Let's remove all of this and create cast shadows on, and now everything's going to work, I think.
We had that cast shadows because we had all the voxel stuff, right?
Now look, now it's looking correct. That's why you were saying, oh, it's missing the bottom. Yeah, it is. It was actually missing the bottom. Now the shadows are all correct.
That actually sounded like a car. He turned it on.
Yeah, I kind of want to fix that. I know it's really late. Yeah, we need to stop. We've been going. Oh, hello. We've been going on for a while, and we should definitely stop. But I at least want to fix that swimming thing. So we're gonna make it very simple.
Okay.
Let's go to the prefabs. Play. No, that won't work actually. We need to go to the models. Characters, player. And this model has the swim. And in the swim, there are events. And these events are called step. Change this to swim. And change this to swim. Apply.
Does this make any difference?
It will now. In the animation helper, copy step. Paste it. Swim. Swim with a capital. Yeah, swim. Save.
And we don't have this function?
Not at the moment. But we are gonna go to the. We're gonna go here. Okay. And copy this. Paste it. Save. And what we're gonna do is in step, we're gonna remove the C as an option completely. And in this one, we're gonna remove the grass and the and everything as an option. We're just gonna leave the C. Step water is correct. Everything else is correct. Call this one swim.
When?
Save. Okay. So now walking can't produce the swim sound. Swimming only can produce the swim sound and nothing else. There. And I'm happy now. So this should work. Let's immediately test it. And now there should never be one occasion in which we hear the wrong thing. Even if it's imperfect, right? We want the closest to the illusion that it's perfect. Oh, it's still the loud volume. Oh, did you notice that? The explosion of the bomb?
Yes.
Yeah, it's fine. I know why. Okay, so it's still very loud and it's bloody annoying.
There's an error.
Index out of range exception. Ooh. Did we get a -1? That was the worry I had. Because you add half of the tile size. Either we went over or under. Yeah, we should clamp this. We'll fix that error in a second. Now what we're gonna do first though, before I forget, because I will otherwise, is that bloody swimming volume. That one's gotta go.
We had 2 and 3.
2 and 3?
0.2 and 0.3.
Yeah, so what you can do is you can edit it here, and then you do copy, stop, and paste values. And it's done it. Alright, so that's one thing. The other error we need to fix here is we need to clamp them. So here you go,
mathf.clamp.
Yeah. Dot clamp or clamp open round, and you want to clamp this, and you want to clamp it between 0, comma, and you want to clamp it to quadrant size. So copy this, -1. So paste dot x -1.
X minus
1, close round. Okay, and so that's 1. And the other one's going to need exactly the same treatment. Save. So again, this is because we're slightly imprecise, which is not brilliant. Copy all of this, paste it here, and just put a Y and another Y. Save. The error is now impossible to obtain.
Good. We don't want errors.
Yeah, the reason why we got it is because we were at the bottom tile or the top tile, one of these. And now it's going to be impossible. No, I see no error. And I see no error.
Where are you? Swimming into what?
That was interesting. I can see a tiny sliver of black. Can you see it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So small. Teleport and slam.
I can see. Oh, I can't move. I think I'm falling forever. Is my bet. Aye. We have some bug. Yeah, falling forever.
I think you went into the wall.
No. I don't think so.
You're still swimming.
I know. Put him at 2 and then click him again. Right. Yes, we went through the wall. Okay, everything's working as intended. So we are on the wall now. And yeah, it's working as intended. So basically the problem... Oh! Did you notice this? I jumped out and I haven't landed. That's an interesting bug. Okay, let's write these down. We can't fix them today, but let's write them down. So
that's good.
Here you can type jumping into another quadrant. Into another quadrant. Makes you fall forever. Yeah, save. And that's basically the only one that we need to worry about. The other one is a level design problem. Okay, so that's sufficient. Thanks very much for watching, YouTube crowd, and we will stop the episode here. See you next time. Bye.
Bye.